Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Shakil Ahmad, and today we are going to start our class 7's history. And our first chapter is the medieval world rise and fall of the Roman Empire. Today we will cover two topics. Number one topic is introduction, and second topic is the beginning of the Roman Empire. So this lesson is for class 7 or A level students. Before we start, I request you please subscribe my channel and like my videos and visit my website. I will give links in my description. Please visit my website and like my videos and subscribe my channel. So let's start. Introduction. Some of the well-known civilizations of the world began and flourished near rivers because people could access water and find food from hunting and fishing. So, in this first part, we know that why the ancient civilization grew around the rivers because they had access to water for fishing, for hunting, and for food. So these were the main reasons why the ancient civilization grew around the river banks. They used rivers for transportation for trade. They also used the rivers for transportation to move from one place to another place for trade. They were trading through rivers by traveling through rivers. So they used rivers for transportation. Civilizations like Mesopotamian civilization was along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The Indus Valley civilization near river Indus, the Egyptian civilization are in the Egypt near Nile, and Chinese civilization along the Yellow River. So in this slide, we understood that first of all in first paragraph we know that why the ancient civilizations grew around the rivers because they had access to the water for food, hunting, and fishing. They had access for that, and they used rivers for transportation to move from one place to another place. They used rivers for transportation for trade purpose. So, and some ancient civilizations which were on the river banks, those were Mesopotamia on the along the Tigris and Euphrates river, and then Indus Valley civilization was on the river Indus, and ancient civilization Egypt was along on the river Nile, and Chinese civilization was on the Yellow River. So these are the main points from this slide. If I repeat that, first of all, we know that now we knew that the well-known civilization was flourished along the near the rivers. Why? Because people had access to water, and they were able they were using water for food and hunting, fishing, and for transportation purpose. Second point is this, and third, some ancient civilizations are mentioned. Mesopotamian civilization that was on the Tigris and Euphrates river, and Indus Valley civilization that was on the river Indus, and the Nile, ancient Egypt was on the river Nile, and Chinese civilization was grew on the Yellow River. So these are the points from this slide. I hope it is clear. Now move to the next slide. The Roman Empire, the Roman civilization. We know now. Now we will know that what is the Roman civilization, where it was existed, where it was flourished, how it was flourished. In this, here is the map of Rome. First, we understand where this civilization was located. That was located in Europe. In Europe, the ancient civilization, the Roman civilization, grew near river Tiber. This civilization was grew near river Tiber, the Mediterranean Sea route. That river Tiber is the sea route of Mediterranean Sea. Okay, connected the ancient Roman Empire with other reasons for trade. So this river connected people to the Mediterranean Sea for trade purpose, and they were doing fishing and hunting. So this was the reason why this civilization, how this civilization was started. We will know further in next slide, and you can see here map of the Roman Empire. Here you can see different uh, states of Rome. This is the Rome, and other states, city states of Rome were Byzantium, then Carthage, and after that, if you see over here, this was Alexandria, Damascus, and all Massilia. These were the all city states of Rome. This green part was Rome. Okay, this green part was Rome, Roman Empire, and you can see this is a green area. So people were hunting and fishing for their as for their profession. Okay, now I think this map is clear now. You can see this is the Mediterranean Sea, and people were hunting and fishing from this sea. They were hunting in the green parts of this empire, and fishing from the Mediterranean Sea. And also they used this Mediterranean Sea for transportation, for trade purpose. Okay, now move to the next slide. Now I think the all the content of this slide is clear. If I repeat that Roman civilization was grew near river Tiber in Europe. The that was river Tiber was the sea connecting the Mediterranean Sea and ancient Roman Empire, and we studied map over here, and I told you that which city states were in Roman Empire and how they were fishing from the Mediterranean Sea. Now, moving to the next slide, the beginning of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire in 750 BCE, a new settlement, Rome thrived in the center of the Italy besides the river Tiber. So, Italy, Rome was existed in today's Italy. So it was in 753 BCE that settlement thrived, flourished, developed, you can say, and in the center of Italy, besides river Tiber. Okay, and now let's see the next point of the slide. Rome was built on the Latium plains and considered of groups of small villages that were built on seven low hills. So Rome was actually built on the Latium plains, and that was started as a small groups of small villages. built on seven low hills. Where it was built? It was built on seven low hills. So this was the location. If you see, Rome was built on Latium plains, which is considered that the group of small villages that were built on seven low hills. So this is the second point from this slide. Now moving towards the third point of this slide. The third slide, the fertile banks of river were ideal for farming. Thus farming became major profession of Romans. Okay, the main profession of Romans were fishing, you can say farming. And why? Because that soil was very fertile, so that was perfect for farming. So their profession became farming. Okay, what was the profession of Romans? Their profession was farming. Okay, now moving towards the next slide, the next point, the fourth point of the slide. The small city states turned into strong and wealthy civilization of its time by the 250 BCE and soon spread to most of Italy and Greece and its colonies. Now those small villages, they became wealthy, strong and wealthy. Why? Because they had excess of water and they were doing farming, fishing and hunting, and these their professions made them wealthy, and this was a wealthy civilization of its time up to 250 BCE, and then it was spread most of Italy and Greece and its colonies. It spread then. When a civilization becomes strong, it extends. It extends, and so the Roman Empire, when they became wealthy and strong, they extended and captured other lands, conquered different areas. So they started to spread their empire. Now moving to the next point of this slide, that is point number 5. And the Romans organized a very superior army called legions. These legions not only made great conquests but also helped to government to keep peace in the empire. So they, when they became stronger and wealthy, they organized their own army. Their army was called legions, and their legions made great conquest and also helped government to keep peace in the empire. So these are the 5 points from this slide. If I repeat these points, first of all, we knew that this civil in 753 BCE, new settlements those were started near river Tiber, and the Rome was built on Latium plains, which is considered small groups of small villages and built on seven low hills. Okay, this was the second point. In first, we know that that was started in 753 BCE, and then near river Tiber. Then they built that was built on the Latium plain, starting as a small villages and on the semi low hills. Now, in third point, we knew that the soil, the land of banks, that land was very fertile, and so the people ideal for farming, and they did farming. Farming was their profession of Romans. And in fourth point, We know that this civilization became stronger and wealthy. So they soon spread up to Italy and Greece and made their colonies. So in fourth point, we learned that this civilization became wealthy and stronger and spread up to Italy and Greece, okay, and their colonies. In fifth point, we understood that then they organized their superior army, which was known as legions. The army of the Romans were is known as legions, and their legions made great conquests and also helped government to keep peace in the empire. I think that's all from this slide. Now moving towards the next slide, uh, other points of this topic, the beginning of the Roman Empire. The sixth point is by the middle of first century. By the middle of first century, Roman legionaries had captured France, Britain, Germany, some parts of North Europe, southern Russia. In the east, they conquered southern Egypt and some parts of Iraq and Arabia. Okay, in this point, we know that after the spread, they spread up to Greece, Italy, and Greece. Then they did further conquest, and in those conquests, they captured France, Britain, Germany, some parts of northern Europe, southern Russia in east, and they also conquered Egypt, some parts of Iraq and Arabia. Okay, now moving towards the sixth point of this seventh point of this slide, the Roman system of governance was based on monarchy. The Roman system of governance was based on monarchy. What is monarchy? Monarchy, a area which is ruled by a single person who is known as monarch. Okay, if someone is ruling a single person is ruling an empire, that is called monarchy, and the ruler is known as monarch. I think this point is also clear. Their kings were known, they were the monarch. Okay, the sole monarch. Now moving to the eighth point, due to corruption and cruelty by the rulers, monarchy was gradually replaced with republic, Roman Republic. This was first ever republic. The Roman Republic was political system or form of government in which people representatives exercise power for them through bodies like Senate. Okay, in this point, this is mentioned that a Roman Empire was a monarchy. There was a sole monarch, a single person who was ruling that Rome. Okay, then due to the corruption and cruelty of the rulers, that area became Roman Republic. What is Republic? In Republic, people rules the empire, rule of the people, and there was a system of governance of Republic was that there were people representatives who were exercising power through the Senate. The Senate system was started there. Senate, the place where the elected members sit and take decisions, make laws. Okay, so from this slide we understood four main points. Number 6 point, we know that by the middle of first century, legionaries expanded their empire. They captured France, Britain, Germany, some parts of northern Europe and southern Russia in the east, and they conquered Egypt, southern Egypt, parts of Iraq and Arabia. Okay. Then we in seventh point we learned that they had governance based on monarchy. Monarchy, I told you what is monarchy. Monarchy is the government, you can say, ruled by a sole person, sole monarch, or a single king. That is called monarchy. Okay, and in eighth point we know that due to corruption of their monarchs, their rulers, gradually this empire became a Roman republic, and this was the first republic of the world. And I told you what is republic. Republic means the rule of the people, where the people rule. So there was a system of governance that they had bodies like Senate, and the people's representative were sitting there and taking decisions. They were ruling actually. So this Senate system was started from there, and it was the first republic of the world. I hope this slide is clear, and that's all for today. And you can visit my website and you will find the question and answer of this topic. Related to this topic, and answers are present on my website. Visit my website, you can find there. So that's all from my side. Allah Hafiz and thank you.